Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? Please let me know if anyone is on. I'm a little late. If anyone can hear me. So we're changing up how we're doing the business right now. I'm trying to be a little creative on how we present data. It could be a little bit overwhelming. So if you guys can hear me, please let me know. Comment down in the chat. Please give me constructive criticism. Is this live crappier? Is it not? I think it is going to be a lot crappier. The data is going to be great, but the reason why is because, as you can see, my background's different. Okay, and we're essentially using a portable studio that we're working on, trying to be able to connect to you guys wherever we are. So in this video, we're going to be talking about different types of marijuana stocks. Some of them are actually in the run-up, right? There was other stocks that might run also on Monday that are outside of marijuana, the one that AMC bought, the gold mining stock. But in terms of marijuana, we need to talk about something important here, okay? There's a lot of value within an opportunity inside of these plays, okay? But the thing is, there is risks. There's a lot of risks, okay? So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at a couple of them, right? We're going to be looking at Tilray, ACB, Hexo, and also Sundial, okay? Now, some of you guys may not know what Hexo is. It is also a marijuana type stock. It's a cannabis as well. It's not as well known. Okay. And by the way, if I'm looking down here, I'm actually looking at a tablet. So, I'm here with you guys. Okay. So what I want to talk to you guys first about is I want to talk about Sundial, right? Sundial is a stock that everyone's talking about. And we want to go in and we want to break it down because in the end, there are going to be some winners and there are going to be some losers. And if you do fundamental analysis, you'll be able to look at your winners and at least have a high probability saying, you know what, these are or could be the winners. And the thing is, for people that are new to the stock market, when marijuana stocks run, they run, okay? So as you can see here, we're going to be looking at the revenue, and we're also, so here's the revenues here. We're also going to be looking at the net income, the free cash flow as well. Let's go ahead and we're also going to take some time and take a look at the financial health, okay? Based on the current ratio. So as you can see right now, when it comes to the Sundial growers, we have a big problem when it comes to this, and we're going to be calculating the intrinsic value of the stock, okay? Now, mind you, if you can, please forgive me, this will be my first live where we're actually going to be using a Wacom tablet. So this is a little bit new for me here, but I'm trying to essentially be able to give you guys some graphics here, okay? So we're looking at revenue, all right? Net income here, you can see it's in the trash. Net income is in the trash. This is terrible, terrible net income. If you look at the revenue is going down, okay? They're decreasing when it comes to revenue. And the free cash flow, which is the amount of money a company can generate, it's also going in the trash as well. Now, their current ratio is actually pretty good, which, is surprising. But again, to me, this doesn't seem like a winner. Now, again, this could increase. And if they go in, let's say, 2022, 2023, or 2024, if they start going into like 150 million, 250 million, and 350, and they start increasing and keep going, then it's going to get to a point where, hey, you know what? We might actually take Sundial a little bit more seriously, okay? But there's something else we should talk about as well, which is Hexo, okay? So if we look at Hexo right now, we look at their revenues, and the revenues are going up really well, actually. So they're doing a really good job. They're constantly increasing, okay? If you look at the shares, they're diluting the crap out of their shareholders again, which means that's a way for them to get money, okay? If you look at the free cash flow, you can also see the free cash flow going down. And I agree with you, Bud. Where's my mouse here? Sorry, this is a little different setup, guys. I agree with you. Price to sales definitely is important. Absolutely. So, when it comes to this type of understanding within the marijuana stocks, it's definitely imperative to look at the financials, because for me to see them raise this much shares, they have to have crappy technicals in terms of more specifically the fundamentals here. And if you look at them here, look at the current ratio. The current ratio basically tells me, can they pay off their short-term debts within 12 months? And if it's under 1, it tells me that the probability of them doing that is they need help. Either they have to do a share dilution or they would have to do something. Okay, so these stuff like this is important. Stuff like looking at, let's go back up here, looking at the net income, right? We can look at, this is terrible. They're down pretty much a billion, almost a billion Canadian, right? So again, here's the Canadian, that's how we know. So let's move on to another stock per se, okay? Let's look at ACB. Now, a lot better if you ask me. If you take a look at this one here, let's you can see that in the beginning they weren't doing as well, but then look at that. They've been constantly increasing. Now, granted, they have been stagnant. If you look at it, they've been definitely stagnant. If you look at the amount of shares, they've also diluted the crap out of their shareholders, and the net income is not as bad as the Hexo, but again, it's still bad, right? If you look at free cash flow, again, these guys are in the gutter. So if someone tells you that these stocks are actually really good, or hey, this is going to go to the moon, listen, they're trying to hype you, okay? They're just trying to basically hype the stock up for it to go and for it to pump and then dump. All right. That's what they want to do. And if you understand the fundamentals of the business, you're able to essentially bypass this crap. There's a lot of crap in the market. Okay. There's a lot of these people on YouTube trying to pump and dump these types of stocks. And you really got to take a look after yourself. So we're going to go in right now and we're going to look at the AI and see the support and resistance levels and look at the whole TA and all that crap. And we're going to go through those, but I want to narrow it down. If let's say the ones that I think might come out winners, and please, if you can comment down below other marijuana stocks that may have great fundamentals that I didn't look at. Okay. So, it's definitely, it could be this one. This could be a winner. But again, it's very difficult to say. If you look at the financial health here, they're doing pretty well. All right, 4.92 with a debt to equity of 0.19. I mean, we like to look at companies greater than 1.50 and greater than less than 50% debt to equity. Because if you let me remove the timer. If you look at debt to equity here, the higher this number is, essentially the higher the ratio is going to be, right? So we want actually a low number. And the reason why we want a low number is that the lower this number is, essentially it'll play out to be the lower number on the ratio, which is what we see here. That's a low ratio, which means that this particular company has more equity than they have debt. And it's a quick way of looking at these types of things. Now, again, you got to go a little bit more deeper into the financials to actually see if that plays out. But it's a great way for me to filter through companies. I don't have an hour. It takes longer, 2-3 hours a day to look at all these companies. I'm going to grow old. So this is great filters for me to look at, right? So one of the companies that I'm just very, I think they might win, because again, look at these dilutions, right? One company that I think might be a winner, and I'm very confident in this company, is Tilray. Tilray is one that I think, out of all of the marijuana stocks, again, this is in USD, I think this one is going to be a winner. Why? Because look at the revenues. look at how it's increasing. It has been constantly increasing. We're talking almost $500 million, okay? Now, again, the shares have definitely same story. Again, the free cash flow is in the toilet, right? But you know, if you were to take a look-sees here and take a look at the financial health, you can see that you know it's pretty all right. It's 2.25, which is greater than 1.5, and then 0.17, which is less than 50, right? So that means they got a little bit more equity in the business. Okay, so to me, I think this might be a winner. So what I'm going to do right now is we're going to be taking these numbers, okay, and we're going to be inputting them into our intrinsic value calculator. Now, again, for people that don't know how this calculator works, for people that are tuning in the first time, what this does is it essentially, what we got to do is we got to take the revenue, right? Let me shut off the timer here. We got to take the revenue because they're free cash flow negative. We have to take the revenue, multiply by a certain percentage. We're just going to take 7%, and we're going to essentially estimate the free cash flow. And by estimating the free cash flow, we're going to be taking this number or numbers, and we're going to be inputting them here. It doesn't matter what year you put them in. It just takes the average here. And then once we take the average, we're going to take the normal compounded annual growth rate of the business, okay? And by doing that, we're going to be measuring how, you know, much can the business grow. And again, you know, just to be clear here, okay? It says net income, but we can also do revenue. It's a way to essentially take a look at the company, assuming it's going to become free cash flow positive in the future. It's a risk. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Now, let me explain to you guys why I think marijuana stocks might be bullish. Now, if we get into a Republican presidency, I don't know, it's going to be tough. And I do believe a red wave is coming. So, you know, it's going to be a miracle. Again, we have to talk about politics. If you don't like politics, turn off the YouTube right now and please don't listen any further. Like kind of la 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 la, right? But you got to talk about politics, okay? You know, if you can correct me if I'm wrong, Democrats are more leaning towards legalization and Republicans are most likely not, okay? The issue is with Biden's presidency, there's a lot of negatives. Not saying that I'm against him. We have the negative in terms of the Afghanistan withdrawal, okay? We have the Keystone Pipeline, right? We have inflation, right? We have gas, right? We have all of these, you know, rising in oil prices, right? So we have all of these components that essentially is creating hectic. You know, it's very hectic within his presidency right now, and a red wave can easily come and it can shatter the crap out of these stocks, which is extremely, extremely negative, right? Now, Republicans might go in and say, hey, let's do it. Let's legalize and let's make it happen. I mean, Arizona passed it. And again, they're leaning a little bit more blue with the 2 senators that they just recently elected. Okay. So we gotta parcelate this. And this really is a but really a United States political endeavor. Okay. Which means that this is a very risky play. Okay. These are Canadian-based pots. Exactly. These are Canadian-based pot stocks. Let me. I need to take a look at that. So I made it aware here, so we can definitely take a look-sees. These are Canadian-based, but like for example, Tilray is a stock that is going to be dealing with the United States, and once the United States becomes legalized, Tilray is going to be the lead. In fact, the reason why I think Tilray is going to win is because if you look at Hexo, they had some maturities that were due, and then they were about to be in default, which I'm not surprised. The reason why is because look at their current ratio. They don't have enough money to basically satisfy their short-term obligations. So it tells me that, you know, Tilray obviously possibly likes Hexo, and maybe they might even buy them out in the future. I do think Tilray is going to be the winner. Again, that's just my speculation. It's very hard to say right now, considering this all these negative free cash flows and net income, but also it's has to deal with the senators. So we'll definitely light them up. Yeah, yeah, right. 420, right? It's coming up next month. If you look at GRWG, I'll definitely take a look-see at that one. Most definitely. Thank you. By the way, shout out to this gentleman here. He's on our Patreon here. Thank you for all the hard work you've been putting in. So, yes, for sure. Price to sales ratios does matter, exactly. And we'll be able to calculate the DCFs right now to see which one. So just out of the shortness of time, again, I don't want to keep you guys late here on a Saturday night. What we're going to be calculating here is we're going to look at Tilray and we're going to look at Sundial, okay? I would say these are the two popular ones. I mean, we may, if we have some time, do ACB. That's another popular one, right? But first, we're going to do Sundial. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this bad boy here. Oops. And then we're going to go in. And my apologies for the hiccups. Again, we're moving, and I'm still, trying to give you guys content and draw on these damn things. Okay, so now that we talked about the calculator, let's go ahead and use it. So the problem with Sundial, we're going to just have it here. Their revenue has gone down. Okay, look at the revenue, guys. The revenue is going down. And I know this is going to be too far-fetched. I know this is going to be like, are you serious? But I'm going to have them grow at a 0% growth rate. We're taking the value of the company as is right now, okay? Because it's going down. It's a negative number. So I'm just going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give them a 0%. So we're going to be putting that on the calculator right now. And we're just going to be estimating the free cash flow. And then we're going to take the outstanding shares, which is this one here. 1477. Okay. So we'll put the 1477 here, 1477. And we're going to be taking the number here, 76, 61, 47 again. Okay. And again, this is still developing. This is not even, right? This is still developing here. So don't, I'm being an a-hole. But again, you got to be careful. This is not a game. Investing is not a game. And this is an educational. So nothing on here is financial advice. We just want to show you guys how, we evaluate these things. And hopefully you guys will see that a lot of these stocks, especially this one, is a lot of hype. It might, if they secure a contract, they might win. But who knows, honestly. So I'm going to have them grow at 0%. If you make them grow at 0%, this will be their worth. 2 pennies to 3 pennies. I know it's crazy, right? They would have to grow, I would say, a good 45%. And even then, they're priced at 36 cents to 77 cents. So right now, let's see what the price of Sundial is at right now, okay? If you look at the price, it's at 81 cents. So what that basically tells me is that, if you look at, let's do 100% growth, right? Let's make this grow 100%. If you make it grow 100%, looking at $7.50 to $17.18, okay? And if you look at the 52-week high on this company, it hasn't even touched that. And don't look at the bunch of stock splits. Who knows what the hell they've done? I mean, this stock has really had a hard time going over 2, right? The reason being is look how many shares they have. I mean, they almost have as much or even so shares as Palantir, right? I do not think this company is going to be growing 100% every single year. It's just not going to happen. That's impossible, right? Maybe 75%. I'm going to see at what level this is priced at. Yeah. So the bear case is priced around $2. So again, this stock here, I don't think it's a winner. Okay. I mean, even if it grows 50% year over year, and that's like how much Tesla's growing, right? You know, Tesla. And we're doing 49 cents to $1.06. So if you're telling me you want to go ahead and waste your time and purchase a stock that's going to go up 25 cents when you have other stocks like PayPal, Facebook, and a lot of these other great stocks, then go ahead. Go shit your money, right? Go ahead. Shit it all up, okay? Right? And again, this is not financial advice. Just go have fun. Go gamble, right? A lot of these stocks are pumped by idiots. They're pumped by people that are just wanting to make money on YouTube, to just make, you know, it's just all BS, okay? And you got to use your head. You got to use your flipping head when you go through these things. All right, let's go through these questions, okay? 90% of these cannabis companies are nothing but, yeah, exactly. Really had a high time inventory, exactly. Nothing but hype. This is nothing, and I know people, I mean, you know, there's people that put their life savings in this. Oh my God, right? Shit, that's crazy, guys, okay? And you know, you got to be careful with this. I mean, look, this company's trash, all right? Look how many shares, look at, just look at how many shares they've just diluted. They went from 84, look at that, it's terrible. Anywho, enough talking crap about Sundial. Let's go in and let's go ahead and let's talk about Tilray. All right. So yes, I do have financials. I did do an analysis on PayPal. I believe it's in one of my videos, live streams, or who knows. It's definitely in the playlist section. So now that we're going to go in and we're going to do the analysis on the PayPal stock. I'm sorry, Tilray stock. Okay, got me thinking PayPal. So we're gonna go in, and you know, Tilray has a lot of good numbers, right? I mean, just look at all these, right? And I'm gonna include all of them. I'm gonna be a bear. I'm not even gonna include the numbers here where they had nothing, right? So let's do it. So 6, 15, 29, 175, 391, 513, 589. Okay, 7%. Who knows? Maybe they can get more, but I don't know of any other company that does. You know, I don't know a benchmark. Maybe you guys can give me a free cash flow positive 420 stock, marijuana stock. I just don't have any. I think I can think at the top of my head. Okay, so we're going to be taking 6 million multiplied by 7%. Do the same thing on all of these. I'm doing this in real time. I have not done this for these stocks. So this is the first time me and you are doing it together, literally. First time here. Well, I'm going to be just as shocked as you. So we'll see the numbers here. So 0.42. And I can remove these here because these numbers are lower, assuming that they're going to continue making this. And I'll explain why my thinking. So 2.03. Now, again, I'm not looking at the camera because I'm looking at a tablet here. So please, you know, I'm not being rude or anything. I'm just trying to look at the tablet here. So I'm with you guys here. I always like to look at the camera to get, you know, that eye contact, but I can't do it when I'm doing this format. So please forgive me. 27.37, 35, 91, 40, 41.23. Okay. So now what we did is we took the average. We just took these numbers here by 7% of the revenue, and we're estimating the future free cash flow. Okay. Now we're going to go in and we're going to say this number was from 2016. Had 6 mil. In 2021, they had 5. We'll just call it 513. They're growing 143%. I mean, they're growing, right? Now, if you look at the number of shares they got based off of Morningstar, it could be more or less 376. But yeah, this is definitely a little bit over high, 21. So now we're gonna shorten the short-term number of years. 2021 minus here, so 21 minus 16. 5 years. So we're going to go ahead. We just took 2021 minus 2016. We're going to put 5 here. And there it is. So here is the intrinsic value of Tilray. Okay. So let's go ahead and shift. So as you can see, this thing could hover anywhere between $18 and $35. Okay. And if this is the winner, then I don't know how much marijuana stocks can be multiplied in terms of their revenue multiples. I just don't know how high they could go. But I know Tilray has gone up to 60 something bucks. It's gone up right before. So just to remind you that. Let's go ahead and fade that out. So what I am going to do though, and I'm just give me a moment to think and explain here. I'm going to be removing 2011, 2012, all the way up to, I'm not saying they were here. I'm going to be removing the 6 million, 15 million, and 29 million, because I think these are too low for what they've been pulling off in terms of revenue. So what I'm basically saying is in 2016, I said 2011, forgive me, in 2016, and again, it doesn't matter where you put this, it just takes the average, which is why I put it anywhere. We're going to be removing 2016, 2017, and 2018, and I'm going to explain why I'm going to be removing that. So I'm going to go in, and we're just going to open up this whiteboard here, okay? And I'm just going to explain to you guys why I'm going to be removing 2016, 17, and 18. So I'm trying to see how I'm going to explain this to you. So let's go ahead and draw the Cartesian plane, okay? As I'm going to take you guys back to high school, but again, this is important here. This is the y-axis. This is the x-axis, okay? So let's say, we got 2016, 17, 18, and then somehow, 2019, they essentially, they went off the rails. In 2020, they went off the rails, and then 2021, they just keep increasing, okay? And where am I getting these numbers from? Give me a moment here. Let me show you, okay? 2016 was 6 million, 15 million, 29 million. Not too impressive, right? But then all of a sudden in 2019 here, holy moly, they just grew like crazy. So assuming here this company is essentially growing very briefly here. It's not growing as it's growing, but it's not growing as high as what we would expect in 2019 and 2020. But all of a sudden something happened. This company went ahead and literally just shot up. Just the slope of it just shot up like crazy, okay? And this here, 19, 2020, 2021, is in corresponding to these numbers here. Because obviously, going from 29 million to 175 million, that's a lot, okay? So what we can do is we can do a different form of intrinsic value. So what a lot of analysts are doing, they're like, you know what? I don't believe this trend. I think this is going to be a pump and dump in terms of their revenue. We're going to go ahead and analyze the company as if it was going to continue going at that slow growth rate, right? Then you're going to have some analysts that are like, you know what? Actually, we're going to go ahead and go from here and go to this point here. And we're going to be taking the, hello. Sorry. We're going to go ahead and we're going to be taking this growth rate here, okay? And we're going to project out this way, okay? Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking, assuming that, you know what, maybe they can keep this up. We're going to go in and we're going to take this growth rate and we're going to project out this way, okay? So you can see we're going to be doing this guy. Some analysts are going to be doing this guy, right? And other analysts, they're going to be doing this, okay? Now, the ones that are closer, obviously, are projecting out through this particular range here, okay? So what we want to do is what we can do here though is we can take the growth rates on average between this location here and take the sum of the vectors. And by doing that, you can, and if I'm losing you, I'm going to explain myself here. If we take the sum of the vectors, let's say vector 1 and vector 2, we're going to get this in the middle. We're just basically saying, you know what, we're just take the difference of the vectors. We're going to get this growth rate right here, okay? And it's basically the mixture. And, you know, this essentially would be the average. So what we're essentially doing here is we're taking the tangent line of that specific growth rate, okay? And I don't want to get too much into this, but for all the math people out there, let's say if we have a parabola, we have multiple tangent lines on a parabola, right? If you want to take the slope at these different time points, we're taking different slopes at different growth rates, assuming that these are different growth rates in the company. We're taking different, and by doing that, you just, you know, for the people that don't know, this is y equals x squared. And if you want to take the derivative, that's dy over dx, which is 2x. So the derivative of this is just 2x, right? But so that's essentially, so in layman's terms, what we're doing is if we have a company, and I, you know, I'm going really deep into this, right? For people that are really wanting to understand, when a company grows, it normally doesn't grow linearly. Some companies grow like this, right? And if you were to estimate their growth rate by just taking a line, it's not going to do it any service. You got to go ahead and do different growth rates here. And whenever you see a big jump, maybe that's when you want to go in and measure that. So that's what we're doing right now. We're going in and we're saying, you know what? This may be a fluke, but it seems like it's not, because there's 3 years of support, okay? We got 2019, 2020, and 2021 when they got some high numbers. These numbers here are pretty dang low, okay? So that's a long-winded answer for why I'm going to be removing these particular ones here. And again, that was extremely long here, so my apologies. We went over some calculus right now, so you know, you guys didn't think that we would do that in this video. We're going to be removing these. And as soon as we do that, we get a price target anywhere between $32 and $59, okay? So if you go back to Tilray here, okay? You go back to Tilray and you go, when it squeezed, it hit, this is incorrect. There was a time when it squeezed and it hit highs of around $60-ish, okay? And it's right around our bullish, you know, our bullish case. So it's important when we use an intrinsic value, and you can find this in our Mastering Stock Market course. There'll be a link down below at the end of the video once it's the live is concluded, or if you're watching on replay, right? What this intrinsic value tells you is it helps you tell you when to get in and when to get out. If any of the marijuana stocks are going to go up, I would say this one has a higher bet. I just, you know, out of all the ones, I think this one here has a higher bet. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we can go in and do, if you guys want me to do Aurora, I'll do Aurora right now. If you guys don't want, we can end it. We can end it because we did go a little too deep. I don't want to, we can do another video on marijuana. But let's go in here and ask some, look at the questions. Just like AMC, GME, these are just, yeah, there's no financial support. It's all emotion. That is OTC in the gray market, which is not regulated. Yeah, exactly. So I picked ones that are in the market, but yeah, that's why I probably never heard of this one. But if it's profitable, that's really good. We'll take a look-sees here. Yeah, Tilray, the squeeze before the squeezes got popular. Exactly. Yeah, and I was on that one, right? You like calculus? Oh yeah. So yeah, so you know, we definitely got a little too deep into this, but I just wanted to explain to you what I was doing here, taking this whole calc philosophy and implementing it in stocks, right? And to dumb it down, we already take the not really taking the derivative, but just giving you an example, we call this in perpetuity. When we're trying to analyze a stock, when we look at this, these dashed lines, we're like, hey, we're assuming that this goes into perpetuity, right, to infinity. Where would be the business exactly from its discounted statement of cash flows from 10 years at today's present value, okay? In today's present value, right? Which in this case would be down here, which is 2022, okay? So I hope that makes sense. So let's go in, and someone said do it for Andy here. Let's go ahead. Yeah, restart stream. So you want to do another stream? So I got two so I'm just, since I had one go, we're just gonna pound through it. And again, this is a new setup. This is my to-go setup. This is not a my permanents that I am moving. So my apologies. I just wanted to give you guys this information, and it's kind of broken up. Usually it's a lot more smoother. So it's new here. This tablet's, I'm all new. So let's do our right here. Okay, so now we refresh this bad boy. So now we're gonna look at this bad boy. It's growing good. Shares is 197. All right, let's get to it. Let me just put it here. So in 2016, it made 118, 5, 248. Oops. I'm going to go faster with this one since we already did the explanation. It only makes sense, right? This is in 2021. Okay? This was in 2016, and the rest in the middle here. So I'm going to do 0.07 for 7%. Okay. So with this one, guys, it's and just let me. This is 17, 18, 19, 20. You can see here, though, that, this is a fairly big jump, right? Almost kind of like Tilray, right? That 2019 jump, right? But in comparison to Tilray, though, the 2020 to 2021 jump wasn't as strong. Is it fair to say that? If you look at the change in revenue, the jump between 2020 to 2021 isn't that significant. Let's say when you compare it to Tilray, the jump is literally higher for Tilray. So already that just doing simple arithmetic, common sense in your mind, you can assume that, maybe Tilray might be a little bit better. So, but let's go ahead and continue going further. So we're going to go in and put the numbers here, and then we'll cut a couple of them that are low, assuming that it can go in perpetuity from that change in slope, right? That we had right here, that change in slope. 3.85, 17.36, 19.53, 17. So again, 2016, they had a mill. 2021, 5. Okay. Again, 21 minus 16 is 5 years. 5 here. And then how many shares did they have? 197. So we just looked at shares right here. They had 197. So we're just going to put that there. And as soon as we do that, we get a stock of this price. Now, I haven't checked the stock price. I don't even know what the stock price is for this guy. ACB. Oops. All right. So it looks like, yeah, it's $4.14. So it's trading at the bear case. So ACB is treating it's trading literally right here, and it's $8.24 for the bull case. Now let's see what the range is for the stock. Yeah, so $10.64, right above our almost 20%, a little higher above our bull case. Yeah, so there you have it, guys. I mean, this is the power of fundamental investing. This is not hype, right? And if you guys want access to this calculator, I'm developing a course to help teach people how to do this. So if you guys want to F with, short squeeze plays and all these hype sectors and have a mathematical way of looking at things, then maybe this might be a good place for you. Now, if you want access to our AI, that'll be in our Patreon link down below. So for that, we have this bad boy here. So I'm going to just remove this guy here, and let's take a look-sees here at our AI. We're not going to do all of this, but we can just briefly touch on a couple of things here. Like, for example, Twitter updates every 30 minutes. Let's see what people on Twitter are talking about right now in terms of stocks. So I'm not really seeing any marijuana here, right? That's nice. Let's take a look at Wall Street bets. This is directly from our Discord. So if you want access to all this, it'll be in our Discord. So here's Tilray. See that, guys? There's Tilray right there. So Tilray is being talked about. All right. I don't see ACB. I don't see Sundial. I'm telling you, Tilray, it's the best ones out of the bunch that I just showed you, based off of, as you can see, the numbers, right? So it's still, there's other stocks out there. But if you really want a pot stock, out of all these pot stocks, Tilray is your best bet. Okay. And again, my apologies. The camera's up here and my monitors are down here. So again, I'm not sorry. I'm not like looking at you guys. I'm looking at you through my heart, right? So, all right. So now let's take a look at Tilray's support and resistance levels. And I'm going to go over that one. There's just so much to go over in terms of support and resistance. So if you guys want access to our AI, there'll be a link down below. And Tyler, we have access to dark pool data, the whole order flow, all those things that you need in order to be successful. We have access to in our platform here. Okay, so definitely take a look, because we do see you will. So you said April 14. Let's just take a look here really quick here. Let's just pull it up. So let's look at Big Flow. Said what? Sundial or open and Sundial. Okay, SN. Your symbol wrong? Oh yeah, I did. Sundial. My apologies. So you said April. My apologies. Sorry, guys, my little doggy here. So if you look at April here, here's April, and we got some big premiums somewhat here. It will look like we got a. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem too impressive. I mean, maybe I'm missing something here in terms of the calls and puts here, but yeah. I would say Tilray. I mean, if I was gonna buy something, and again, I'm just a YouTuber. Don't take what I say as a grain of salt. But I think Tilray is really nice, based off of the fundamentals here. So What's the ticker symbol here? TLRY, right? Oops, sorry. Yeah, I'm just not used to looking at this tablet from down here. My neck is like literally down here. So if you look at Tilray, look at the support and resistance levels. This is our artificial intelligent technology. It basically helps you graph forward predicting support and resistance to help you. You'll be able to find it right here. But as you can see, based off of this graph here, we're looking at a support level here at $8.17. I'm honestly curious to see what it's trading at right now on Friday. $8.56. So everyone's looking at this right now. It did break the former resistance level that we had way back, and then now it's recently increased. But before it was a lot higher. I mean, I remember it hovering around 13-ish, and everyone was like, holy moly, how is this going to get any lower? And then it got lower. So now we're looking at this $8.17. And yeah, I haven't looked at this since I traded it to 60. So 18, you know, if it breaks this, then it's going to lose its momentum. But you know what? It did break it, and it found a strong level of support at $7.38. So everyone's going to be eyeing these two levels of support here, right? And if it can go in and do that, or we might be into another ascending channel, right? And for people that don't understand what an ascending channel is, let me. So in my mastering stock market, and by the way, just so you can see, just last night at literally 1:53 in the morning, I was setting this up, which I'm recording from right now. This is how it looks like. So there's a lot. It's just a lot going on. So my apologies if this is not smooth. I'm trying my best. I'm new to YouTube, so you know so please forgive me. But yeah, just a very tough, you know, multitasking here. Let's go up here. For people that don't know what an ascending, I mean, I can draw it out, but I feel like this is nicely drawn here. There it is. So this is kind of the ascending channel usually would go from here, right? But this is a secondary trend line up, so you can measure and you have two secondary trend lines. So if it breaks the first one, no biggie. We could see if it goes ahead and bounces off of the primary. But if it doesn't bounce off of the primary, then we're going to go down. We broke. We're at a reversal. Okay. So I hope that is clear. I just don't want to like just mention all these. You know, there might be some people that don't know all these terms. I want to make sure that we lift everyone up, right? So that's what we're looking at right now. And that's when you pull up your Webull, your Thinkorswim, look at the VWAP, simple moving average, MACD, RSI, all those good stuff here. And we look at it. But here we're just looking at support resistance levels. And this is easy. This democratizes financial information for under $10 a month. I mean, you can't find this anywhere. We're doing it on purpose to help. But you know what, though? We want to go in and actually go on a greater time scale. And we want to take a look at the hour chart, okay? If you look at the hour chart here, guys, the next level after the 820 is that $10.12. And that's the one I was mentioning way back when, right? When the stock took a deep dive, right? So that if it does break and shoot up, the next one is $10.12. So a lot of day traders are going to be looking at that number. So maybe you can go up and bounce off, and you can basically take that market share and be able to win that over and get that jump and benefit from those gains. And if it goes ahead and rejects that, you can look at the call to put ratio, and you can go ahead and put puts and all these things. And you can play the game of Wall Street. Now, again, you know, this is all risky, right? And you got to be very advanced. But this is exactly what these day traders do. But they supply themselves with a lot of resources to be able to ascertain their risks. Okay, so let's go on now, and let's go into the day, right? So we're gonna get a bigger time scale, right? Let me remove here. Okay, good. So as you can see, as I said, $10. So you can see how it bounced off of that, broke through the 672. Now we're at the 10. We got to look at the 1030, then the 1280, and then we got the 1601. So just know these. Just if you can't afford to join, because if your portfolio is like $500 for maybe $10 a month is a little tough, right? So you can just take a screenshot here, and hopefully that helps you. I'm losing money on this in terms of being able to supply all this information, but I wish I can bring it down lower. But $9.99 is the best I can do. So my apologies about that. We try to help out a lot. Hopefully in the future, once we get big enough, we can issue scholarships for people in the future. But as of right now, it's definitely tough. Yeah, so this is exactly where the day is at. Okay, so in the let's see here. Now let's go in and look at the weekly charts. Okay. So this is a little smaller. There's a lot going on here. So we got 1359, 18.2, 2567, 4206, and then we have all this other stuff here. Okay. So just know that, remember that, and this could be the reversal. I mean, this could literally go to the moon, right? What these these newbies say, to the moon, right? But you gotta look at your risks. Okay, they can share dilute, and all these things. Look at the cash. I didn't go into it. I should have given you the short-term assets and long-term liabilities, short-term liabilities. We could do that on future videos, but you can do that with. And there's more stuff. You can look at dark pool data. I don't want to bore you with all this, but let me go in and give you guys the algo flow, which it's essentially going to tell me if this is going to be bearish or bullish. So we are on a downturn, but we are seeing a reversal here, and this is definitely a bullish convergence here, right? And the algo score is above 0, which signifies that option traders are bullish on the Tilray stock. Now again, we can go in and look at the 1, and yeah, we could see that reversal here. So we could go up even more, and it can retrace this. It can retrace this and then continue going up like that. That's what I wanted to show you here. Okay, so let me see here. Just curious. I want to take a look at the dark pool levels here for Tilray. Are institutions, like, what are they doing here? Are they buying? What's going on here? TLRY. Yeah, so we're getting a lot of buy. I mean, just shows you guys, for people that, the value of this data is that we're looking at dark pool, okay? Oops, sorry. So we're looking here at dark pool levels, okay? And just look at this. Dark pool, these mother effers, literally at $5.39 and $6.06, they were buying up a storm. Literally almost 20 million shares have been scooped up by the dark pool. And, I don't know, how many shares were there? I know it was like less than 300 shares, I think. And a lot of them institutions have definitely picked it up without raising the stock price. Again, that's the point of a dark pool, right? And again, we have access to this data unlimited. All you guys want, okay? So let's go in now. And I want to, yes, so let's go in and take a look at and I'll go to the chat to see some questions here. Let's take a look at institutions, because I want to know, like, are institutions buying this? Like, what are they doing with Tilray? The past 6 months. So yeah, institutional ownership has increased by 4%. So institutions are picking up shares. I mean, not as much, but again, 4%, that's pretty damn good for the past 6 months. So definitely they do see some value in here. I would go ahead and compare that to the other sectors we talked about. And again, we're short on time. So let's go in, and crypto is moving. Dogecoin looks pretty good today, finally in the green. Oh, okay, we'll take a look. I think zooming in on the web page will help. Oh yes, so my what you call it, zoomer here is over there, so it's a little farther out. I will be taking care of that situation. Thank you. I have a plan. Yeah, no, welcome. Come on over. We'd love to have you on our Patreon. SNDL barcoded hard last time it was above 1. Yeah, because it's next to that intrinsic, not even the intrinsic value. The intrinsic value is pennies. So it's definitely tough there. As an MD, what are your thoughts on Clove Assistant app? What does the medical community think of it? So we'll definitely talk about Clover Health on another video, maybe tomorrow. I'd love to chat with you guys on a lot of market analysis and really cool things. I definitely think 10,000 Americans are turning ages 65 and up every day. Who's going to take care of that? The government's going to have to allocate some funds to take care of the growing population. So a lot of baby boomers, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'll take a look at that stock for sure. Yes, you are just a YouTuber, not a financial or a CPA account. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I will be getting my MBA. I already finished 25% of it, but then I got into med school. So I was like, hold on, MBA. Let me finish the MD, and I'll go back to the MBA. But yet again, I'm not your MBA guy, right? Again, this is just for education. Take it as a grain of salt, just to show you guys how all this works, right? How all this works, But again, grain of salt. Watched a couple of Cloven earlier, subscribed to. Hey, welcome, Andy. Welcome. I'm glad to have you here. I mean, listen, we like to keep it no BS, just, democratize financial information and just be able to help. That's all. That's all it is, right? Clove to the moon with no hype, just pure growth numbers. Exactly. This is, exactly. We'll be joining soon as well. Doing a great job. I appreciate that. And that means a lot to me. And, I know like this setup, let me show you here. I literally just set this up last night. Okay. And I'm just really trying to figure out how the hell to use this Wacom tablet. I know other YouTube people use it. So I said, let me go ahead and take a spin. But I will tell you, sitting on this uncomfortable chair here right now, oh God, definitely is hard. And then with all this here, so I'm still trying, this light's blinding my eyes here. So you can see the camera. I'm sitting here, I'm looking at the screen, so I'm not really looking at you guys. My apologies here. But this camera is better than the crap that the Mac has. So that's why we got this there. Oh yeah, so in terms of the Patreon, let me show you. Yeah, we make it very cheap. There's a lot of information that we have in here. There's also price target. There's AIs. There's another AI I'm creating called Brain Machine. It is a juggernaut. It is a beast. Okay. There's price target, sector rotations. And if people are interested, there's also a lifetime membership. If you click on this guy here, here's our lifetime membership to all of this plus the intrinsic value calculator. We have so many. Here's some testimonials too if you guys are interested. And then so here's the Patreon link for people that are interested. It's this is if you want your own private chat room and then the Zoom call. But this has everything that I'm talking about. Literally all this. And it goes on. There's so much we offer. This is in our Discord channel. Right? So here's the Patreon here. But yeah, there's a lot going on. Let's see here. Let's ask some more questions, answer more questions. And you can write it off on your trading taxes. Yeah, exactly. It's a form of if you guys have an LLC or you know how that works for people that do it. Yeah, you guys can write it off for sure. For as education. Are delusions a possibility for? Is that Tilray or is that a different stock? I'm not too sure. Because it's TLRY. What's TLRC? Is it the same thing? It's okay. We only need to know math. Yeah, I know. And math is definitely a hard one, guys. Yeah, sorry I went calculus on you. I busted out the good old calculus here and started talking to you guys. And I can't believe I did that. So I started talking about dy over dx, right? Who knows? Imagine people from Sundial that are watching this. They're like dy dx to the moon. right? But again, this is essentially what we're doing when we're evaluating stocks, and these are the kind of the free cash flows in perpetuity. And a lot of these stocks are not in perpetuity in terms of free cash flow; they're negative. But we're like, hey, if they were able to become profitable and get out of that, what would their price be? And if it's obviously trading at those levels or higher, get the hell out, right? It's not worth it. Why are you paying a premium, right? Not so much. We have on our platform here, we have these AI we have these bullseye AIs that basically tell you in terms of calls and puts and expiration dates, confidence levels. It's kind of brainless. And a lot of our members have been literally like this. Ken, he's been in here for 2 days. He's up 2,500. We got Bill here. The bullseye did him well, 15%. He's only been here for 5 days. We have people that are hey guys, tried the bullseye out, made nice profit. People that are up 300%, 400%. I mean, yeah, so we're doing pretty good on here. So that's what we like to follow. It's all AI. Yeah, so that's that. Let's see if there's any other questions here. Liability than cash. I need to take a look at it in terms of the liabilities here, but let's take a look here real quick. Let's take a look. Sees here TLRY. Yeah, I think this is it, right? Let's look at the. Yeah, I mean, as these may be old numbers. They got a $708 million in short term, with liabilities 314 liabilities in the short term. But their assets, they got about $5 billion in long-term assets and only about less than $1 billion in long-term liabilities. So they're good. They're pretty damn good, I would say. They're the strongest, I think, out of all of them. Minus the one that one person mentioned. Yeah, I know. Come on, and we'd love to have you. There's a lot of just straight up here. Just FYI for people, there's a lot of information here. Do not get overwhelmed. If you do partake in Tilray's recreational use, come after because you'll get dizzy. I'm just kidding. Yeah, just be careful. There's a lot of information we have here for me to talk to you guys about calculus. Just keep that in mind. We have Monte Carlo simulations. If you guys want to know more, go to MIT Open Course where they talk about it. We like to essentially give you data-driven decisions, and that's what we do here at Al Stock Trades. And once we get that brain machine going, it's going to be a beautiful platform, and it's still going to remain $10, right? We're going to try to keep it as low as that, and we get vendors directly from Wall Street themselves in New York. So I actually work with them directly, and I pay for the data, and I obviously try to not make a huge profit to sell it at $100, $200 a month for you guys. That's terrible. We want to be able to democratize financial information, and the more that we get, imagine if we are able to pull a profit, we're able to reinvest it back into the channel, and we'll be able to build our own other nonprofits that we have. Such as the food program I run in Arizona that helps underprivileged, low-income housing. So you press the command button to scroll. I'm not too sure. What is that? Oh yeah, we could definitely do that. It's just my mouse is far away from me. It's right over here. And I'm like a butternut, and I might knock down the mic here, and it's going to end. Who knows? God forbid, it ends the live. Amazon's doing this. Yeah, I mean Tesla did those splits, and it shot up. we have to do an intrinsic value calculation on Amazon. I think we did. So what you can do here for people that are in our mastering and our now stock alerts, you can do is you could say in semicolon or colon here, price targets, hit enter, hit AMZN, and then here's my price target for Amazon. So we already did it. We can zoom in on here. So it's my price target for Amazon's 3,800, and it may keep dropping if there's a. Oh yeah, I did this back in January here, and these are the bull case. The bear here is the picture, right? So who knows? It may ascend to its intrinsic value after the stock split. Who knows, right? And again, we got a lot of stocks that we've analyzed. Love to have you. We also have, if you guys have a risk appetite, we got short squeeze plays that are extremely successful. We're talking 50% here. We got in 23rd. We got another 60% here, 55%. We even got Indu. We called that Indu for a whopping 1,800%, 1,900% increase. All right, let's take a look at here. Tilray. Yeah, no, yeah. We checked the liabilities, and it's looking pretty good. It doesn't look risky in terms of that, but again, it has to deal with the politicians, and I don't trust these politicians. Time for a new chair. No, yes, I have a chair. It's just I'm moving, and I can't. The lives over there are tough for me to do, so that's why I'm trying to see how this works. So when I'm on the road and something breaks out like news, and I want to get to you guys, I can build this big juggernaut to be able to facilitate and talk with you guys. Or when I'm ever on vacation, we can always stay connected, right? I'm serious about YouTube, guys. I'm investing a lot. I want to see Brain Machine at work. Oh, you're gonna love it. There's good SEC filings. There's a lot. Super Soaker. I'm bad at English, but get it. Oh, you're gonna love the intrinsic value calculation. Yes, we did that one. Not very scared of that one. I have trouble spelling tickers even. Yeah, same here, man. To the moon. I'm all in that DY over DX. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm glad that we have all the nerds here. Hell yeah. Al, he was talking about something else when he said the comment we only. Oh, something else. Oh, sorry. I'm so tired. Dude, building all this, guys, this whole thing was a nightmare. Can you do an AMA after 10,000 subscribers? What's an AMA? I'm sorry. What is that? AMA? I'm Googling it. AMA YouTube. What does that mean? American Medical Association? What is that? What is it? I don't know what that is, guys. You're gonna have to help me, Super Soaker. This is better than DY with DX. This is derivative slope, the sphere. Yes, you're right. Do you have a free trial? So at this point, we don't. I would love to. We don't. At this point, we don't have the ability to offer a free trial, but we have a instead of doing our mastering stock market course, which is the silver line, the platinum line here, we do offer our stock alerts, and that's under $10 a month. Now, if you don't like that, then obviously it's $10, no brainer, boom. But if you do like it, it's almost like a free trial, if you may, to our lifetime, which includes our intrinsic value and our beta access, which will become the best course online. We have data that is the best. LOL. Oh, ask me anything. Oh, okay. Is Monday vote going to help marijuana? Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. These stocks are also run on hype. It's just Tilray's at least backed with some freaking cash, it's backed with some money. In terms of cash, I got to look at the cash they have. But yeah, their assets are pretty liquid in terms of that. So we already did that. So yeah. Ask me anything. Yeah, I mean, it depends what you ask, right? I can't dwell on any patient information or, I do like to keep it a layer of what's they call it, privacy, but overall, yeah, I'm pretty transparent. I have recognized, though, YouTube can be very toxic. There's a lot of people out there. Chicken Genius just quit YouTube, and there's a lot of people out there that were like, someone said they're taking depression medication because of all the hateful comments. That sucks, man. That's terrible. So yeah, I'm like scared, you know. So, you know, I'm scared of YouTube. You know, it's like, shoot, I want to help, but I have tough skin. But it's always important to keep that level of you know, privacy, but be transparent as well. So we could totally do that. Yeah, I'd love to do that for sure. But if you guys want to know who I am, I mean, I'm pretty well known, not well known, but you know, here's my name. If you guys want to take a look, see. If you type in my name, Albert Allen, you see, especially if you type in Arizona is where I'm from. This is me. So this is I came from humble backgrounds. So yeah, this is my when I did the distribution to the homeless community. Yeah, I do a lot. This is a presentation I had at the Second World Brain Congress for neurosurgery. So yeah, I mean, you know, I'm pretty much an open book here. You guys can, you know, take a look here. You know, I have a lot here. So I guess that'll be the start of the Ask Me Everything. A lot of Clove YouTubers are gone. Yeah, I've seen that. They all went away. You know, maybe I don't know. I hope you're watching this. Come back. Kind of lonely, guys. I mean, kind of lonely talking about Clover Hope by myself. You know, come back. This is for also you. Yeah. You're right. It sucks. But I do have one hater. My first hater. I always have a heart for him. I'm going to put his name in the chat. Maybe he's watching. And we have a running joke in our Discord channel. Mr. Albal, where are you, Albal? We need you. He was my first hater. I'm going to make a t-shirt in a cup that says, where is Albal? We need you, Albal. I miss you. I mean, well, you just come in our quarterly earnings report and then you just leave? I mean, come on now. Oh, I'm happy to hear that. You know, I'm happy. You know, Charlie, speak up about it. Good morning from Saudi Arabia. Habibi, salamu alaikum wa rahmatullah barakatuh. Habibi, انت ما تعرف أنا يحكي عربي همين. Oh my God. Wow. ¿Cómo estás, amigo? Oh my God. Like a piece con italiano, huh? I speak a lot of languages too. Hey. Once you blow up and anything, then the focus point is on you and not everyone else. Good intentions for other people. Oh yeah, I mean, it's definitely you know, YouTube is just a bunch of egos and all these content creators. They like a fight, you know. It's like, holy moly. But I just like to keep my eyes on the subscribers and focus on the members and give you guys you know, just the best that I can do. What else I can do? I can give you the best is all I got, right? But yeah, Abdullah, you weren't expecting that one, huh? You know? Yeah, so if you guys are interested, here's our Patreon here. Hope you guys enjoyed the live. I enjoyed it myself. Let me just so today I worked on this. This is what I worked on today. You know, I worked on this Wacom tablet where I can just do this and it just fades away. So that's really cool. My mouth, when I first saw this, I was like, wow, right? This is really cool. I appreciate that, guys. I appreciate that. Oh, I can't click. I gotta remove the there it is. I can click now. But yeah, it's a privilege, guys. I'm gonna keep reinvesting in this channel. Give me some time to get used to this Wacom tablet. I think for the purposes of today, the Wacom tablet was good for looking at the math part of projections. In terms of circling this, Here, I don't think it was that much useful. I think the mouse is sufficient, possibly. I will be talking about graphs on my next Clover Health video. It's going to be a lot of economic data that we want to talk about. And yeah, so I think that's about it. Overall, God bless you guys. Thank you so much. Let me look at the camera here. God bless you guys. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely a long video. So I hope that people that are watching this video from the beginning maybe have some Tilray to puff on, right? In any case, just kidding, right? God bless you all, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Al Bal, baby. Where are you, Al Bal? Al Bal, we miss you. See you guys.